What's going on, guys? I'm your host Twan and we are back with another video, and today it's the beginning after the end, chapter 231. Let's dive in. We pick up with Jasmine and the rest of the Twin Horns traveling through the snow-filled mountains when they're ambushed by Alicrean soldiers, and from the sound of it, this isn't their first time they've been attacked. But this is the Twin Horn party we're talking about. They're not losing. Jasmine then lunges headfirst into the battle, with Reynolds and Angela providing support, and Durden creating an earth wall around the supplies and pillars to elevate Helen into a sniper's nest. We then cut to Jasmine and Helen tag teaming an Alicrean soldier, with Jasmine hurling her daggers as a distraction while Helen finishes him off. But that's when more Alicrean troops appear from the skies on mutated magical beasts. But Angela is on her game today as she turns around and shoots the bird's wings, leading to it being impaled on Durden's spikes. But the fight isn't over yet. The rider manages to avoid the attacks and counters, but that's when Reynolds joins into the fray to protect his envoy members. But Reynolds gets cut on his arm by the Alicrean soldier, who then leaves himself wide open for Helen to rain down arrows on him. He tried to protect himself, but his shield is shattered by Arthur, while Reynolds lands the finishing blow, turning the man into a donut. As the battle ends, Arthur tells them he left one alive for questioning and that he sent the recovery team to extract the mutated beast for research. But this leaves everyone puzzled because where the fuck did you come from, Arthur? Now remember, guys, last chapter he was flying from the Black Wall, and from the Black Wall to Black Bend is a very short distance, so it was easy for him to pick up on the battle. We then transition back to the wall. Arthur is worried about his parents' mental health because, like Reynolds said, this wasn't their first time being attacked. That's where Arthur's mom appears and she looks absolutely majestic. They then transition to the bar area where Reynolds is wondering why he can't feel Arthur's core anymore. Arthur then tells him it's because he's reached the white core stage, so he's able to suppress his magic on a different level now. This interaction really makes me happy because I thought that after Arthur told his parents about his previous life, that they would turn their back on him. But for them to not only accept him, but embrace him, that's just heartwarming. This is Arthur's first time being with the Twin Horns since he was younger, so he's really glad to see everyone. That's where we learned that the security at the main castle where Ellie is staying has gotten tighter, so they can't just come and go as they please, and they haven't seen Ellie in a while. Arthur then voices his concern for his parents, saying the journey between Black Bend and the Wall is getting increasingly more dangerous. Reynolds tells him it's okay as no one was seriously hurt during the last battle, which could be foreshadowing for future events. But things start getting awkward. No, really they start heating up. As the Twin Horns decide to leave, Arthur talks with his parents about the current situation. Arthur's mother goes on to say their responsibilities may not be as big as Arthur's, but everyone has to do their part in the war, no matter how small it is. But that's when Arthur gets upset and tells them that their efforts are really meaningless and he can handle it all by himself. That's when Dad walks in and says, "Who are you really raising your voice to?" Because in this moment, Arthur is getting loud with him. As he tells Arthur he's being hypocritical because he can't win this war all by himself. Remember, guys, Agrona told us the only reason Arthur's parents are alive is because she allowed it. So Arthur wanting them to be somewhere safe, it really all makes sense. But his execution is poor. Reynolds goes on to say keeping his family safe has always been his priority, but he wants them to live a happy and normal life. And if that means he has to die fighting for Dickathon in order for them to live that normal life, then by all means, he will do it. This enrages Arthur, who destroys the table and then flies off. I'm not gonna lie, this chapter was incredible, guys. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, be fucking dynamic, and remember, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.